Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. My name is Kristin Whitfield. I'm with Control Bionics, and I am here to talk about the fun topic, not fun for them, but the fun topic of playing. I knew they were here just to sit and talk. Playing specifically for Switch users. And I don't need to tell anyone here really the benefits of play. There are many different benefits of play. Some of them are just play in general. Sometimes we look specifically at play for our kids with disabilities, physical disabilities, who might not have a lot of control over other things. And we look at maybe what play means with them and how errorless opportunities to have fun and maybe learn how to better use their Switch at the same time can be super important. And there's lots of information, research on how challenging play can be for families of children with disabilities, for just all the other things that have to happen. But at the end of the day, play provides a much-needed source of pleasure in the lives of these children with disabilities. So how can we help to provide that? How can we as a company, how can you as family members, service providers, caregivers do that? So I'm going to share with you a few different resources specifically from Control Bionics. In the handout that is in the ATIA app, there's links to more information about all of these. James has some information too. But the first is AAC gameplay. Has anyone used Tar Heel gameplay before? Does that sound familiar? So Tar Heel gameplay went away a few months ago. They retired. But we took it over, and we made some changes to it. And we're in the process of continuing to develop it. So AAC gameplay is a program that allows you to take YouTube videos, any YouTube video you want, and turn it into a Switch accessible activity. To pause the video, to restart the video, to jump to a different section. So cause and effect, and also simple choice making with one switch, two switches. If you've used AAC gameplay since it's come out, we just this week launched some improvements, some changes to it to get back to more of the functionality that existed with Tar Heel gameplay, but also that our users have requested. So that's one great source. And what I love about AAC gameplay is that because you're using material from YouTube, you can find pretty much anything. And so if someone has a love for a specific topic, you can probably find multiple different videos about it. So you get that motivation there, and just you're able to practice in a very fun and errorless way. The next source or resource I like to talk about is just using the communication software and the games that are in it. We at Control Bionics don't make Grid 3. That is a SmartBox product, but we use it, and there are a bunch of games, cause and effect games, and some other games like Dilbert the dog. So I pick one of the icons, Dilbert interacts, he makes noise, he moves around. This, for a Switch user, is probably not the very first thing I would want to try, because I would need to wait to scan through all of those items to get to something different. So what I've done is taken some of the one switch versions of these games and made it so that on the bottom panel there, the sausage is the only thing that scans. So when I select my Switch, it's going to pick that sausage and make Dilbert interact and eat that sausage and just have fun. Again, going back to the errorless, many opportunities for interaction. As soon as Dilbert is done interacting with the sausage, then the balloon comes up next, then the bone, then the girl dog, whatever it is, all of the different things. So it just goes through fun, interactive activities. And there are other games like that. One thing that we have at Control Bionics is a Switch interface combined with some software called Cosmos Connect and a variation of that we call Chat Crackers. So Cosmos Connect is designed to let me take Switch activities, whether those are toys or an Obi feeding robot or an Xbox adaptive controller. And it allows me to use my one switch, my NeuroNode or other switch, in order to control those things. Multiple different activities. So in the panel that has the dog print, the bubbles, and the toys, that was something that James, our Chief Technology Officer, put together for a little girl. She's 2. She has a communication device. She has a degenerative condition. And she just wanted to play with some Switch toys, but she has one movement that she can use. So now she can go between 3 different Switch toys. She can pick independently what she wants to make happen. Those are great. Switch toys are nothing new, but giving someone who hasn't had or doesn't have the ability to maybe pick from a couple different ones or even hit a standard Switch, the ability to use it is amazing. We're using the same kind of options in the bottom panel with all of the cartoon-like pictures. That's something we call Chat Crackers, and it is another authoring tool that allows me to put together choices, and it uses AI then, and it takes those choices and puts it together to either create a picture or a story that I can then read or I can have read back to the individual. Lots and lots of Switch practice. You'll hear me say that over and over. It's just really opportunities to use a Switch, to play, to have aerialist opportunities to create something. The other application of this is the Cosmos Connect, which is the physical box. So that's needed for these Switch toys, but it also can allow someone in the middle, this is Leo, and he is going to play the drums. He actually has some kind of Switch adapted drum set, and it's paired with the Cosmos Connect box and his NeuroNode. It's really tiny, but on his hand he has some electrodes. He has a tiny bit of thumb movement, so he moves his thumb a little bit and it lets him play the drums. So we'll watch that video. The sound was working on that before, but okay. Okay, you can kind of hear, so they've got the other drummer behind him, and then he is using that, that's kind of his Switch adapted drum set. Very cool. The last example here, same tool. So here is a young man who is using his NeuroNode by raising his eyebrows. He's got some electrodes on above his eyes. He's going to raise his eyebrows in order to take his turn on an Xbox game. So his mom is using the Xbox controller. His NeuroNode, his system, not the NeuroNode itself, but his system is connected into the adaptive controller. And they're playing in, I think it's called co-pilot mode, where one person is doing part of the actions and then another person is doing the other part of the actions. So here you'll see he raises his eyebrows. There's a little green dot on his NeuroNode that shows that he's made an activation, and he's responsible for jumping. His mom is moving the character, and he's responsible for jumping.
All right. Oh, we gotta jump on all those umbrellas. Are you ready? Okay, move your eyebrows. So go to next. Thank you. Good work. All right, ready? Okay, jump. Let's get that flip tree. You can jump. There you go. You just did it. See? Okay, ready? Go ahead, and I'll jump. Oh, I missed. Ready? You're doing better than me. Ready, set, jump. I'm ready this time. there. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
So this was a Make-A-Wish request. He wanted to play video games. And so here he had the option to at least do part of the video game. Could he do more? Yes. We can create different options on the Cosmos Connect where he could have done more activities, more actions. But in this situation, it was his mom doing part of it and him doing part of it. All right, so the last component here that I wanted to talk about is sometimes we get wrapped up in what's the technology that I can use to help kids who maybe need switches to be able to play, and we forget that maybe they just want to play with activities that are on the shelf at their house or in their therapist's office. So this tool, which I have linked in the handouts, is just a planning tool. It's a way to say, hey, you've got a really motivating activity that kids like. Let's think about how we can adapt that for someone who physically maybe can't interact with it. And maybe that is, using some kind of tool to give them access to it. Maybe it's having them talk about it. Maybe it's the vocabulary on there. So I don't want to forget those standard toys as we're looking at using Xbox adaptive controllers and the Cosmos Connect or playing games with certain switches. We can also use regular toys and then just add vocabulary to talk about that. So this tool is also in your linked in the handout. All right. Any questions? All right, excellent. So all these things are things that we offer at Control Bionics. We're in the exhibit hall at booth 707. If you want to come by and maybe create something on AAC gameplay or take a look at the NeuroNode, which is the switch that was being used in these examples, we would love to have you. Thank you.